Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're conducting some Hyliion stock analysis. Big feature on the channel, this one, Hyliion. I've got a lot of high conviction with this stock. I've had to with the amount that it has come down over the recent months or so. So we're going to cover a lot today. We're going to talk about earnings expectations, with earnings just around the corner on the 10th of May. What the institutional ownership, mutual fund ownership, insider trading, what's been going all over there, what the short interest is, all of that good stuff. And then we're going to have a look at how the stock price is performing, what the market cap is, and then we're going to round off again with what I expect for the company, not just for earnings, but for going forward for the coming quarters and out towards the rest of the year. I'm a long-term investor in Hyliion stock, just to disclose that right there. So hopefully, if that sounds like something you're interested in, do please smash that like button, consider subscribing to the channel, and we'll get in there and we'll take a look. Right guys, let's get in on into it and have a look at the good stuff. If you have a look at the stock price chart, it never does make for good reading at the moment for Hyliion investors. Current market cap is now 586 million from November 21 at $4.81. It is now down at the tragic lows of $3.38. Not overly fussed about that. It's still an opportunity to accumulate a sizable position in this company. Keep hoovering up the cheap shares. As this company develops, rewards will be coming further down the line. I really don't have much of a doubt about that. First a little piece of news is the earnings call for first quarter 2022 is scheduled for the 10th of May 2022 over at 11 a.m. EDT or 10 a.m. CDT. And you can join the conference call for that if you're an investor in the company. Some YouTube channels will be streaming that. I will endeavour to do my best, but I can't always promise that due to my own work commitments. So on to the next thing that we're going to talk about today, and that is the institutional ownership creeping up and up and up in this company. So as the share price absolutely leapt towards the moon back in 2020, there wasn't that much institutional ownership at all. They probably sold out, quite rightly so, and made a great deal of money in doing so. But then since then, through December 20 into March 2022, look at where we're at now for institutional ownership. It's just slowed down just a touch in March 2022, but it has crept up and up and up as the share price has come down and down and down. So they're obviously expecting this company to start delivering on its promises and its strategy that it has been putting out there from Thomas Healy all the way downwards, and actually start delivering on this product and getting the Hypertruck ERX to market. So looking into this further, we can see that institutional ownership has crept upwards. You can see the most recent buys tapping out at the 31st of March due to the activity. I don't have a premium account with this CNN business, so I can't look day-to-day trading, but you can still see that people are buying, or companies are buying up vast amounts of Hyliion, and most of the big groups like Vanguard, BlackRock, BNP, SSGA funds management are all increasing their positions. Might not be like by huge numbers, but they're still buying up more companies. There's one there that's reduced their position, but for the most part, even Morgan Stanley there increasing by 500% right there, and the same with DE Shaw. That is a huge increase in numbers right there, and it's the same with the mutual funds. Largely a little increase, but mainly just keeping on what they've got rather than adding or indeed selling. Insider trading looks a little bit bloody, to be fair. If you take it out to the year mark, you can see all these executives and directors have sold a fair few shares. They're entitled to do that. Thomas Healy owns shares in the company, so maybe he wanted to buy himself an extension or whatever he wants to do with his shares. At the end of the day, he set this company up, so I don't see a great deal of issue with him selling some shares to take a little bit of money here and there. He still owns a vast amount of shares in the company. But all the other executives doing the same, it could be viewed a little bit negatively by some investors. It gets a little bit different when you take it down to 6 months. There's a couple of buys here back at the end of 2021 and mid-2021, but still a couple of sales as well. And then most recently in the 3-month phase, they are gifted shares as part of being directors, as part of being a corporate owner. You do get shares as part of bonus packages, and they are entitled to sell these shares, guys. It's something you might consider doing if you're in the position that they are. They're entitled to sell these shares to essentially have them as a bonus, build a swimming pool, buy a car, buy multiple cars, whatever it is that they want to do. Again, I don't see a great deal of issue with that, as long as it's not all at the same time, all the board of directors dumping all their shares or dumping a vast amount of shares. I don't have a problem with it happening here and there. It's not really too much of a problem for me. Moving forward, the short interest in the company is currently sat at 13.99 million shares and a percentage of the float of 13.68%. That is not too high, but some people would argue, well, it hasn't really got that much lower it can go. So what is the point in shorting it when it really is hitting rock bottom now? For the most part, if we just tap back to what analysts think, not that it really matters too much at this stage because it's still an early doors company. The consensus is $4.78 and the current price is $3.38. The low is $4 and the high is $7. So we're currently sitting quite below what analysts do think. So there even is a small return on investment just getting back to the low that analysts think, and then the actual median of what analysts think there as well. But it's not highly covered. It only has 4 price targets out there according to Yahoo Finance. So this is what I wanted to talk about, is now the company is starting to recognise revenue. We are looking for that in earnings. We at least want to see that they're continuing to take in some revenue, not expecting the earth, in accordance with what they've said, and the strategy that they've set out is absolutely fine by me. And then the next thing is to start looking at, are they delivering against this list? So are they completing the first of the verification builds, and are they starting on-road testing for the verification vehicles? That is what we're looking at. We're in the first half of 2022, so we're looking for progress there, more orders coming in, more orders being confirmed and backed by deposits. Anything along them lines, that is the news that we are looking for. And if there is anything good in there in terms of supply chain woes getting better, getting worse, that is the sort of thing we are looking for in this investing presentation. This is what came at the fourth quarter 2021. So we're looking for how the ERX is doing, how the hybrid EX is doing, how the company is going, setting itself out going forward. If nothing has really changed, then the share price is still an absolute bargain. They still have a huge cash position, as we can see here. They've still got plenty of cash to deliver it against bringing the Hypertruck ERX to market. So you do want to have a little look at the cash burn rate. But if that is no different to previous quarters, or not wholly out of the ordinary, or has crept up massively or by double digits, or however much it is, we do expect the cash burn to increase as they start taking on more employees. That is natural. That is what these companies do. But if it actually spiraled out of control, that would again start sparking questions about, do you want to keep your position in this company? For me at the moment, I like what they're doing. They're delivering against what they've said so far. So I am maintaining my position. I'm averaging down, and I'm using the opportunity at $3 a share, which is literally here in the UK £2.50 a share. You can't even get a Starbucks for that. And yet this share in the coming quarters could return a massive amount of money to you from these ultimate lows at the moment. So that brings to a conclusion the things I wanted to cover today, guys. So I'll leave it there, and we'll catch you back out there. So what do you think about Hyliion, guys? I gather there's probably quite a few bag holders out there. If you have a look at the forums, the Facebook pages, stock tweets, there's lots of people bashing this company, and that is probably rightly so, because if you've lost 40-50% of your investment, then people do tend to get obviously quite miserable about that. However, some people were unfairly expecting a lot to come from this company very much too quickly. It took Tesla quite a long time to start doubling its share price, and then it all happened very quickly within a couple of months or so. Then it plateaued, and a lot of people exited having quadrupled, maybe even more so, their money, and then it absolutely went into the stratosphere. Now, I'm not saying Hyliion stock is going to go to the stratosphere, I'm far from that, but all this company has to do is start turning over just a few $100 million over the coming years, or get towards that $1 billion revenue stream, and then that will have a huge impact on the share price. And if you have a look at how much Tesla turned over in its first year or over the last 10 years, and have a look at how much it's flipped and doubled again, and literally gone up hundreds of percent over year, you can see why the share price did what it did. Hyliion is an early stage company, but it is more than capable of at least going down the same route. I'm not saying that it's going to become a $1 trillion company or anything like that, but I am saying that it has got the serious potential to give you a fantastic return on investment and become a multi-billion-dollar company and turn over $1 billion a year over the coming quarters, of course, into 2020, into the end of 2022 and 2023 and 2024, delivering on the strategy that we've seen in the investing presentation. Thank you very much for watching today, guys. Pleasure as always to bring you this information. If you could smash the like button and consider subscribing to the channel on the way out, that'd be awesome. See you later.